The cell. All living organisms are made up of small microscopic units called cells. The cells make up the structures of the organisms. The cells are responsible for carrying out the various biological processes. Some organisms are composed of a single cell only and are said to be unicellular, e.g. amoeba. Others are composed of many cells and are said to be multicellular, e.g. plants and animals. Therefore, the cell is the basic unit of structure and function in an organism. A cell, being a very small structure that cannot be seen with naked eye, requires the use of a powerful magnifying instrument known as a microscope. A microscope enlarges the image of objects under observation and improves the resolution of the image. Cell structure. A cell is made up of many parts, all of which have specific roles they play in the functioning of a cell. There are a few differences between an animal and a plant cell. The following are the parts of a cell. Cell membrane. The cell membrane is also known as plasma membrane or plasmalemma. It is the outer covering that encloses the cell contents. It regulates the movement of materials in and out of the cell. The cell membrane is made up of a double layer, bilayer, of phospholipids with proteins embedded in or attached to phosphids. The cell membrane has pores and is flexible. It is selectively permeable or semipermeable, as it allows some types of molecules to pass through it and not others. Mitochondria. These are sausage-shaped organelles. They are the sites for respiratory reactions that yield energy for the cell. Mitochondria are bound by two membranes. The inner membrane is greatly folded into cristae to increase the surface area for attachment of respiratory enzymes. The arrangement and number of mitochondria in a cell depends on the cell's energy requirements. Cells which require larger amount of energy contain many mitochondria. Such cells include muscle cell, sperm cell, apical meristems, liver and kidney cells. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm consists of a liquid medium in which chemical reactions take place. It contains organelles and other inclusions such as starch, glycogen, fat droplets and many other dissolved substances. The cytoplasm is not static, but its contents are always moving, in what is known as cytoplasmic streaming. The streaming within the cytoplasm facilitates for distribution of materials and organelles within the cell. Nucleus. The nucleus has a double membrane called a nuclear membrane. The membrane has pores which allow the passage of materials in and out of the nucleus. The nucleus is made of a viscous fluid known as nucleoplasm, in which the nucleus and chromatin materials are suspended. The nucleus controls the activities of a cell. The chromatin contains the hereditary materials, the deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, while the nucleus is responsible for the manufacture of ribosomes. Golgi bodies, also called Golgi apparatus. These are stacks of membrane-bound tube-like sacs. They are found close to the cell membrane. Their functions are to package and transport glycoproteins as secretions. Transport of synthesized materials out of the cell as secretions. Example: enzymes. And forming enzymes and secretion of synthesized protein and carbohydrates. Lysosomes. Lysosomes are spherical sac-like organelles. They contain lytic enzymes that destroy aged and unwanted cell organelles and materials taken by the cell from its environment, e.g. food materials and bacteria. The lysosomes sometimes destroy the entire cell. Endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a series of interconnected channels or cisternae running throughout the cytoplasm. It is continuous with the nuclear membrane. Some endoplasmic reticula have granules called ribosomes on their surfaces and are therefore referred to as rough endoplasmic reticula. The others are not associated with ribosomes and are thus referred to as smooth endoplasmic reticula. The rough endoplasmic reticulum transports proteins while the smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes and transports lipids. Ribosomes. Ribosomes are spherical in shape. Some are scattered within the cytoplasm while others are bound to the surface of the rough endoplasmic reticulum. They form sites for protein synthesis. Vacuoles. Vacuoles are sacs that are filled with fluid and vary in size. Animal cells contain small vacuoles that are temporary, while in plant cells the vacuoles are large and permanent. The vacuoles in plant cells are centrally placed and surrounded by a membrane, the chloroplast. They contain a solution of salts and sugars known as cell sap. Hence they are known as sap vacuoles. The cell sap contributes to the osmotic properties of the cell. In some unicellular organisms, food vacuoles store and digest food, while contractile vacuoles excrete excess water and mineral salts from the organism. Centrioles. Centrioles are rod-shaped structures located just outside the nuclear membrane. They form spindle fibers during cell division in animal cells. They also form cilia and flagella in cells and organisms where these structures occur. Chloroplasts. Chloroplasts are oval-shaped organelles occurring in some plant cells. They are surrounded by two membranes, the inner and the outer membrane. They contain chlorophyll that traps light energy that is used for photosynthesis. Cell wall. The cell wall is the rigid outer cover of plant cells and some lower organisms. In plants, it is composed of cellulose fiber. It gives the plant cell a definite shape as well as providing mechanical support and protection against mechanical injury. The cell wall is fully permeable to materials in solution. Comparison between plant and animal cells. Plant and animal cells have a lot of similarities in their structure and function. However, there are several differences between plants and animal cells. A plant cell is usually large. An animal cell is often smaller. A plant cell is regular in shape. An animal cell is irregular in shape. A plant cell has a cell wall. An animal cell has no cell wall. A plant cell usually has a large central vacuole. An animal cell usually has no vacuoles, but when present, they are small, temporary, and within the cytoplasm. In a plant cell, the cytoplasm and nucleus are usually located towards the periphery. In an animal cell, the cytoplasm occupies most space in the cell, with the nucleus usually centrally placed. Some plant cells have chloroplasts. An animal cell has no chloroplast. A plant cell usually stores starch, oils, and proteins. An animal cell stores glycogen and fats. A plant cell has no centriole. An animal cell has centriole. Thank you for watching this biology lesson. Please subscribe to this channel and other Genius channels relevant to your level of study.